All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:34 on the morning of 25th of August, 2021, and this is my strategy session. So today, first up is the leading gapper on the small cap gap scanner, and that's LWAC, Locust Walk Acquisition Group. And they announced a merger with Effector Therapeutics. Now, it's kind of hard to see anything going on. This is the 1-minute chart, and it's really spotty. So I'm going to move it over to the 10-minute chart here. And you can see here pre-market, it opened up this morning at 7 o'clock at about $25.40 roughly. And then ran up to as high as $35 and is now pulling back down below its pre-market open. So it's not looking too good at the moment. It's up from yesterday's close. It's up 183% from yesterday's close. But as of right now, I don't see a trade on it. So it's on watch. It's the volume. It's at 914,000 shares traded this morning on a float of 12.3 million shares. Let's see what the outstanding is. And the outstanding is 22 million shares. So this one, I have a feeling it's going to be there. So there's the float, right, which is 12.3 million, and the rest is locked up with institutional owners or insiders. If let's see, 6 months. Let's see how long ago this thing. So March, let's see, the 1st of March. So then there's March, April, May, June, July, August. So this thing, the lockup will end in the beginning of September if there's a lockup, which is usually 6 months long. So there might be some sellers that come out of the woodwork on this one. I mean, well, obviously there will be. If you're holding, suppose for a moment, yesterday at $9.28. This thing's taken from let's see, the 18th of August until yesterday, the 24th of August. It's 6 days roughly. Let's think. This thing was around $10 to SPAC, right? So that's kind of the way it goes. Down to $8.36. There are going to be some folks who are going to sell into this rally. I mean, if you're holding this thing, and it was down at, $8.50 or something. I mean, it closed at $8.76 yesterday. And if you're holding some shares and you wake up to it, up at $25, you're going to sell some. So there's going to be selling pressure on this thing. But we'll see what happens. Anything can happen, right? So I imagine that there's going to be some selling pressure on this thing, though. Who knows? It might give a gap and go. It might give, some kind of 1-minute momentum strategy setup. It's just hard to say. I imagine that this thing is going to be crowded and probably kind of tough to trade. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so RGC now. RGC IPO'd on the 20th, although it shows this previous history here. I don't know what this is. Its actual IPO was on the 20th of August. And so this morning, you can see it's just a technical move. There's no new news here. I have these horizontals up as sort of guidelines. There move above $19 and let's see what this level is again. $19.16. Will be bullish, and it'll be exploring this candle. The height of this candle. There'll be some price discovery that'll happen between here and here, between 1820 and 2670. That's if it can break into that above that 1916 and close, say, on an hourly basis. So there might be a trade there, might not be. We'll see what happens at the open. UUU, now this is just on watch. This doesn't look like anything more than a technical bounce. There's no new news. And actually, UUU was a stock. Let's see if I can pull it up back here. And December of 2020 into, yeah, here it is right here. This thing was brutal. This is one of the stocks. So this is the 29th of December. I should go back to this on the 10-minute. UUU started popping up and started running up. And then the exchange closed trading on this thing for like 3 hours. It went up into a halt on the way up. And so there were people that were like, and this is just one example, there were like 3 in this week in between Christmas and New Year's of 2021, Christmas of 2020 and New Year's of 2021, like that 1 week in between where there's trading. There were 3 different examples of stocks that were running up and running up big time. And the exchange, instead of doing a circuit breaker halt that was like 5 or 10 minutes long, they did a 3-hour halt, and it opened up 3 hours later. Like, seriously, this thing, let's go back and look. It was like a $10 drop. Here, we'll go back on the 10-minute here. Let's go back to January of 2021 here. This is going to take a little bit of scrolling. Here we go, right here. Yeah, oh gosh, look at this. So here in the first 10 minutes of the day, it went into a halt on the way up. Let's see, and so you can see this is 9:30 in the morning, if you can see the timestamp down below. Yeah, and then it opened up again at 11:20. So I don't know what the exchange, I don't know why the exchange did this. But basically, let's see, it closed this candle at $12.42. And suppose for a moment you were just holding, 1,000 shares going into a circuit breaker halt on the way up. Usually with circuit breaker halts on the way up, when the trading opens again, it opens higher. But instead, 3 hours later, if you're only holding 1,000 shares, it would have cost, at the close, it would have cost $12,400. And then 3 hours later, it opens up at, let's see, the open here was $7.48. So roughly a $5,000 difference. If you're only holding 1,000 shares, it's roughly a $5,000 difference between the close and the open. And I don't know why the exchange did this. You can see 9:30 here and 11 o'clock there. So I have some historical knowledge of this stock and the way it trades and so forth. I probably won't trade it today, though. I don't know. It's really got to give a good setup. And I don't see any news on it. There's nothing pushing the price. Let me make one last. Let me take a look here real quick. The only news is that it's one of the pre-market gainers. That's the only news that's on it. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, not a big whatever, but it's, if the news comes out at 9:30 or I don't know, I don't know what's going on with it. So it's there in case it really starts to run up. I've got a chart open on it and a trading window set up for it, but I seriously doubt I'll do anything with it. Okay, so here we go. This is JWN, which is Nordstrom. And this is funny. So this is back when I used to do laser light shows on my charts, like a Pink Floyd concert. You can see the kind of the laser light show going on here with support and resistance and stuff. And the stuff's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's not a day trader like this. These are good for swing trades, these levels and stuff like that, but they're not really that great for day trades. So anyway, what we've got this morning here is I've got this, whatever this red line represents, at $33.25. Right now, Nordstrom, if it opened up, it would open up below whatever this 33.25 red line is, which I'm guessing, knowing what I used to do in comparison to now, opening below that would be bearish. And so the next level that I have for support on Nordstrom is $28.44. So I'd be amazed if it hit $28.44 today. That would be one heck of a plummet. I think there would be a lot of buyers down there. However, I seriously doubt it'll go that low today. I mean, that's a huge drop. Nordstrom, reported earnings, right? And they did, swings to Q2 profit as sales rise, lifts fiscal year 21 revenue guidance. It warns that cost pressures continue. Shares drop in pre-market. So it looks like PPI, the Producers Price Index, is kind of beating JWN. Nordstrom's up right now. But, I'll have it on tap. I've got an alarm at 28.44 in case it hits that level today. Let me pull it up on the 10-minute. If it hits that level today, I'm a buyer big time. But I'd be amazed if it actually made it down that far today. I seriously doubt it'll go that far down. Nordstrom, So anyway, it's on watch. FTCV, this is another one that the warrants are popping up pre-market. So I have it on watch. Don't anticipate trading it. And there's DIX. Now, DIX is doing a really good job here. And let's take a look at the daily chart and run this over time. This is impressive. So DIX only reported one quarter in the red during this entire sort of pandemic zone. They've only reported earnings disappointment once, but the rest of the time leading into it, they beat and coming out of it, they've been beating the whole way and paying a dividend, the stock's been a monster, real monster. It's something that I really didn't expect. Sporting goods, whoop-de-doo, big deal, but this thing has been on fire, big time. So this morning, if it opened up right now, it would open up at 100. If it opened up at this moment right now, it would open up at 130.27 roughly, a 13.6% increase from yesterday's close. And so with this one, I'm just looking for a pullback in order to buy for a bullish run, and that's about it. This thing's there's bound to be a pullback today at some point. I don't know when it'll be. I don't know how deep it'll be, but I imagine that DIX this is probably there might be a pullback after earnings, like say within a week or so, but going forward, DIX is probably going to continue to move higher for quite a bit of time. A cash cow like this that pays a dividend is going to be popular in the economic environment we're coming into. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. Okay. So yeah, that's everything on watch. I don't have a high rate of conviction on really anything on RGC, LWAC, UUU, JWN. I think DIX, a pullback on DIX is pretty much the highest rate of conviction I have on any of these trades, and I'll probably use the first Fibonacci, the first or second Fibonacci, and we'll see. Otherwise, I'll be waiting. If it doesn't pull back to a Fibonacci, or I don't enter at a Fibonacci, then I'll be looking at the open, wherever the open is, and a break above the open, or a support bottom that comes in, and then a move back up above open kind of thing. So we'll see what happens with it. Okay, the broader market here. Let's see what's going on with the SPY. Oops, I hit something there. Okay, well anyway. If the SPY opened up right now, it would open up 0.02% higher than yesterday's close. The VIX is, I think this really tells the story. So I don't remember where I got 24.76, but the fear index ran up right to that point and then is coming back down. So fear is coming back out. I think I put an alarm on 18.21 yesterday. What I'd like to see, I think the next spot to enter into longs on the SPY would be a touch of this 1821, and then for it to dive down below this resistance line here. I'm still bullish the SPY, until until rates start to rise, then there's really no reason to get too terribly bearish. There will come a time the yield curve will begin to open up again. It's flattening now, but it'll be some time until that happens. I think just a little bit of time, maybe just a matter of a few weeks. Bitcoin's doing its thing. A little bit of a pullback here after its recent new recent high. Obviously, 65,000 roughly is its all-time high. Since it broke this bearish pattern right here, didn't spend any time at all in neutral. I mean, this thing just completely reversed and went back into bullish. Really straight out of bearish and right into bullish. This little tiny period right in here, this is an extremely small amount of time in the neutral zone. So Bitcoin is definitely bullish. Looks like it's just this is just another pullback in what will probably be a continuation of climb higher to challenge the all-time highs and probably break out. This thing has an enormous amount of support underneath of it. It's incredible. Okay, I don't want to sign into Cortina. And so let's see. I think that's about it for this morning. Dix. I'd say Dix is probably the best thing to watch this morning. Everything else is just kind of meh, LWAC meh, RGC meh, UUU meh, Nordstrom meh. I mean, unless Nordstrom hits that 2844 level, meh. FTCV, nah. No, there's really nothing going on. Dix is really what's going on this morning. So, yeah, I'll be looking for a pullback at some point today for an entry on Dix. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.